I flew my drone around it. Then I left my drone in the air and drove after it and forgot about the drone. And I wish I just flew the drone around it. But there was a lot of damage as well, as everybody knows, in Andover. And I'm just thankful that nobody lost their lives from that tornado. And so this talk is about the top 5 Dominator intercepts of all time. But I start with an analysis of the Andover, Kansas tornado as well. I talk about all the Dominator storm chasing vehicles, Dominator 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, I just got out from storm chasing, and I'll probably be storm chasing again tomorrow. And you can tell it's just been an unprecedented year in terms of duration, from late February all the way until July. The high plains woke up again as we shifted over to an El Nino regime in the tropical Pacific, and then you had remnants of La Nina in the extratropical Pacific with the warm North Pacific oscillation, which focused the ridge further west and kind of focused a semi-permanent trough in the western U.S. And we really had that shift out of the La Nina in terms of the atmosphere probably during the winter when California got all that snow and Colorado got tons of snow. And then we had some early spring events, which were still classic La Nina, kind of really progressive, fast-moving systems, west to east, dry meets moist. We had the late February event, February 26th, when Norman, Oklahoma had an EF2. And then we had the March 31st and April 4th events. And then right after that, we transitioned to more of an El Nino pattern, where you have kind of a dominant subtropical jet. The polar front jet to the north gets a little suppressed. And then through the action of shear vorticity, the subtropical jet just slams into the base of all the troughs and then digs them and stagnates the pattern. And that's why we had such a crazy storm season this year, just basically nonstop from late February all the way until July. And so this talk is about the top Dominator intercepts, but the main theme is to never stop chasing. And that's very important. It doesn't only apply to storms, but your passions and dreams, and it's very important that if you do what you love for a living, then it never really feels like work, and it's very easy to work really hard at it. And that's what I'm trying to do with the next generation of storm chasers and meteorologists, and I know we have a lot of those out there, and I see myself in a lot of you folks too. When I was younger, I was obsessed with weather and the sciences, and I collected insects. I did Science Olympiad in school, and then I just knew that I had to storm chase, and as soon as I got my driver's license, I experienced freedom firsthand. I didn't have to wait for the storms to come to me, but I could drive after them, and that was when I really started seeing a lot more tornadoes. And these are the full evolutions of all the Dominator storm chasing vehicles. And Dominator isn't necessarily a vehicle, but it's also a state of mind and a style of storm chasing. So even though you have the Dominators in the bottom 3, I still consider the top vehicles a Dominator, including the 1985 Plymouth Reliant up there. That was my high school vehicle, and that's probably the most solid vehicle that I've ever driven. I bet if I drove in a lot of those hailstorms, you would never see any dents on that vehicle. And then I had the Chevy Lumina there, which was held together by duct tape, and I accidentally rear-ended somebody's slow speed and didn't get it fixed. I just duct taped the hood down and mounted those little driving lights in the front. And every time I'd go through a small town, I'd get pulled over and have a full search of the vehicle, and a lot of times that would delay the storm chase a little bit. And had several beater vehicles, still drive one today, the Dominator 4, which is covered in hail dents, and then I actually lost the original Dominator 4 in Hurricane Ian to a 15-foot storm surge that came in. I was on the southern tip of Pine Island, and believe it or not, you can actually drive around in a Category 4 or Category 5. I wouldn't advise it, but if you stay out of the debris field and keep your vehicle pointed into the wind and you can see, then it's possible to drive around. But the storm surge will pretty much shut you down. And when you're on the tip of an island like that with a borderline Category 5 hurricane and the 15-foot wall of water comes in, I saw the Dominator 4 just bobbing up and down on the other side of the lawn where we were. But I was able to get that vehicle towed out, and then I transferred the hood to a new Subaru Forester, so the Dominator 4 still lives, but it doesn't have air conditioning, so. But I do want to show you a quick video to begin this, kind of showing our storm chasing a bit. That video is one of the originals from May 3rd, 99, which is a little bit embarrassing. That was one of my first tornado chases, but this is a trailer here that kind of shows our style of storm chasing with the Dominators. This one was from a few years ago, and I actually didn't have access to an armored vehicle until this year. My friend Sean up in Michigan, or up in Canada, in Saskatchewan, wanted to part ways again with the Dominator 3, so I was able to get it back, and then we immediately intercepted a tornado this year on May 12th for the first time in probably 10 years. We were right in the middle of the core flow of a tornado. And the core flow is basically the radius of maximum wind. It's also called the corner flow at the ground. And that's because you have low-level surface inflow and it hits that corner and goes straight up at a 90-degree angle. And that's the really dangerous part of a tornado that you would want to avoid if you're out there and you see a tornado. As long as you can stay out of that radius of maximum wind, then you're probably good to go because tornadoes are so compact. Violent tornado. Let's intercept. Let's go forward. It's moving southeast. Moving southeast. That's the El Reno tornado right there.
Dude, that is the scariest 200-yard ride of my life. My life left me. I was glad. Dude, I'm good. Thanks, man.
It's a dangerous situation for all of us. It's all about saving people's lives in our own backyard.
Chasing in Oklahoma is the most violent of the violent. That's why Reed is here.
Hi, I'm Reed Timmer, proud new member of the Forewarned Storm Team.
We are under a tornado watch until 10 p.m. tonight.
You can see the rising scud there, and that's the new circulation. That area could easily put down a tornado very soon.
And hey, it's Cantora, man. Right in the town of Edmond, Oklahoma.
Tornado on the ground.
No, stop right here. That's the debris too big.
Maybe 50 yards right now. There's debris over my head.
Oh my God! It's a large blast.
Look at that. Stores on horses.
Yes. This is a
Oh, my
violent
goodness.
tornado, guys. Come on. This is bad damage here. Good job. When a tornado is not moving side to side, it's coming right at you. This one is coming right at us. What's the door? Get ripped up. Dude, we gotta go! Reed! I ripped my pants on that. Drive! Let's go forward! Let's go! You can see a tornado coming down. That's violent. Yes, it is. Oh, helical vortices! Right now, we got a violent tornado right over. See the helical configuration here? Open up! Right now. Windows up. Go! We're going inside. Blast through. We're going inside it.
We're in it, guys. We're in it right now.
Well, you can see a lot of those helical vortices with the tornadoes too. That's a process called a vortex breakdown, where basically the tornadoes